I can't tell you how much fun it was to do the show and to see this. It brought back so many memories and such performances. This is a total surprise to me, and I'll never forget it. I won't probably realize it till in the morning. But thank you. God bless you. I just love it. Thank you.
Kwanzaa started today. New Year's is a few moments away. I've got the outlooks for both and when this fog disappears. Live from downtown Marquette, it's your 19 News.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Sarah Blakely. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, travel delays across the country as millions try to return home from the holidays, though weather conditions impacting airports nationwide. Plus, why some on the Dickinson County Fair Board want to oust one of its members. The latest from tonight's County Commission meeting. And ways to dispose of your Christmas tree without letting it go to waste. Your 19 News starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 11.
Another fairly mild night, and that fog just won't lift, Air.
It loves us.
Yes.
It's just blanketing us. But an update here, we had a lot of our central portions of our counties of the UP covered with that fog advisory. Right now, we're looking at just up in the Keweenaw. For now. Is everyone going to see fog tomorrow and this evening? Yeah, probably. Today we saw a high of about 43 out at the National Weather Service. Those current temperatures in that mid 30s or upper 30s, and that's kind of where we'll stay. We could drop even lower, and then coming up, I'll tell you what's ahead for New Year's.
Thank you very much, Ariane. Developing now, the after-Christmas rush to get home looks far better than last year when travelers coped with thousands of flight cancellations. But a winter storm is complicating travel in parts of the plains. Wendy Gillette reports on this year's holiday travel from New York.
A wicked winter storm brought high winds and a white Christmas to much of Nebraska, western South Dakota, and parts of Colorado, where a section of Interstate 70 from Denver to the Kansas state line was shut down for hours. Blizzard warnings and winter weather alerts are in effect in 9 states. Heavy ice brought down a tree in Moorhead, Minnesota.
It broke a fence.
Elsewhere, the roads were clear but filled with traffic at Los Angeles International Airport. AAA predicts 104 million Americans will hit the road this holiday season, and the TSA forecasts it will screen 39 million Americans.
It's just a lot.
Atlanta's airport was packed with passengers. Security lines extended into the baggage area.
Definitely have to get here early for Atlanta.
Most tried to stay patient.
Everybody's having that same kind of stress. And it doesn't make it any better when you're like freaking out because you're still in a line.
There were some small issues in and out of Philadelphia's airport.
Our flight actually got delayed.
Thick fog in Massachusetts brought delays and flight diversions to Boston's Logan Airport. And Southwest was recovering after canceling and delaying thousands of flights over the holiday weekend. But most travelers reported few problems.
It's just crowded, but hey, you got some beautiful people here. Everybody's smiling and everything like that.
The holiday spirit still working its magic.
That storm system caused dozens of car crashes and at least one death of an 86-year-old woman in Kansas who was involved in a crash on icy roads. New tonight at 11, tensions flared at tonight's Dickinson County Board of Commissioners meeting. The Fair Board is looking to oust a member due to repeated absenteeism, missing a total of 8 meetings. Despite the Fair Board bylaws allowing removal after 3 unexcused absences, commissioners deferred the decision to the next meeting, a move that was contested by Commissioner and the Fair Board president. The commissioner expressed his opposition to the decision.
I think it's the board has to make a commitment. Either follow bylaws they pass or don't pass them. It's a shame. It's a shame. And I'm very disappointed in you as a fair board member. I really am. You don't support the fair.
The Dickinson County Commission also swore in new members tonight. Details on the county's upcoming election training were released for January. We'll have that information on our website after the show. Just head to WZMQ19.com. On January 1st, Michigan's minimum wage is set to increase to $10.33 per hour from $10.10 per hour. The increase is a part of a law passed in 2018 that set a schedule to put minimum wage at $12.05 in 2023. The original initiative aimed to meet that goal by 2022 and would have removed any differences in wages for tipped workers. But amendments made after it was passed by voters adjusted the legislation to the state's current schedule, which has sparked lawsuits from advocacy groups over the legality of those changes.
So the tipped wage is set at something like 38% of the full minimum wage. So that's what it will always be under the current law. The petition language sought to change that. Cities have primarily already moved to start eliminating tip credit concepts.
We have more about the lawsuit on our website, WZMQ19.com, and our mobile app. Santa has come and gone, and that means it's time to start thinking about undecorating. Al Myers has more on how and where people can recycle their Christmas trees.
As we head into the new year, it's time we say goodbye to our Christmas trees. And many municipalities in Metro Detroit have multiple ways for you to clear out the festivities.
If you live in the city of Detroit, your live Christmas tree can be picked up curbside on your regular trash pickup day during the first 2 weeks of January. The same is true for municipalities like Beverly Hills, Clawson, and Northville, among others. Hazel Park viewers can have their tree picked up curbside on Wednesdays, but you need to have it out on the curb by 7 a.m. There are also drop-off locations if you have other end-of-the-season errands to run. In Monroe County, you can drop off trees at Carr Park or Berlin Charter Township Hall, among other locations. In East Lansing, recycled Christmas trees find a new purpose.
We are just chipping them and using the chips on some of our natural trails and things like that. We usually chip them up pretty small, typically what you'd see in a landscape yard, that type of thing, because we want it to be something that people can walk on and not be hazardous.
That new purpose is true for other cities as well. The wood chips are often used for local parks, walking trails, or even donated for animal habitats.
Now, this is what your live Christmas tree should look like for drop-off. No tinsel, no ornaments, no lights. Make sure it's completely bare.
Check with your local municipality for instructions on how to dispose of your real Christmas tree. When it comes to Christmas gifts, they say it's the thought that counts, but many Americans are thinking of taking some unwanted presents back and may find out it can be a pricey proposition. Christian Benavides tells us why.
The presents have been opened, but not all of them were a hit. A survey finds 40% of consumers plan to return at least one gift this holiday season. And those returns aren't always free. A growing number of major retailers are now charging for return shipping. The logistics company Narvar says 40% of companies are adding a fee, up from 31% last year. Even Amazon is charging $1 for packages taken to UPS. Expense is the reason why. Narvar estimates a $100 item could cost a retailer $32 to get back and resell, with transportation to the warehouse being the first major expense.
When it arrives in the warehouse, it's got to be scanned and put back in and made available to sell. And there's labor involved with all of that.
You may be able to avoid a fee if you return a gift to a physical store. Amazon won't charge if the item is taken to a Whole Foods or Kohl's store.
If you are thinking about making a return, make sure that you don't open any packages, leave all tags in place. Things like that can really help expedite your return and make sure you get the full value back.
Samantha Gordon with Consumer Reports says most retailers allow returns until the end of January, but there are exceptions for electronics.
That return window might be a lot smaller. Apple, for instance, only gives you until the middle of January, and Best Buy is the same.
And of course, the most important thing is a receipt to make sure you get back the value of your gift.
Your first morning weather forecast is coming up after this break, plus Valor at Sea, a behind-the-scenes look at the men and women who serve in our U.S. Navy. And later, the boutique health trend popping up around the country and how it's
19 News is brought to you by Kirkish Furniture.
Shop hundreds of Lazy Boys at Kirkish Furniture in Houghton. Kick back in comfort in an industry-leading recliner. Choose from all fabrics, colors, and sizes with prices starting as low as $4.99 plus free delivery. Shop Kirkish Furniture in Houghton today.
The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. Why are we whispering? Weeknights on CBS. Here's your WZMQ CBS This is Home Community Calendar.
John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to buy get their car fixed. John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to fix their car. Was that right? For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Market. Why do I keep forgetting that word? Experience. Okay, go. 3, 2. For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Market.
And don't forget,
Kiss the cold weather goodbye and embrace the warmth and fun of the Caribbean without leaving your couch. One Caribbean Television is your Caribbean connection, whether you visit the Caribbean for fun or to renew family ties. One Caribbean Television keeps you informed 24/7. Get the latest news, weather forecasts, Caribbean entertainment, and carnival action. If you long for the fun and sun of the Caribbean, download our app now to watch One Caribbean Television on the go, live or on demand.
Now, WZMQ 19 News First Warning Weather with Ariane Stasic.
We've got some clear skies down south here. Just about an hour ago, I was outside, could see that full moon. We have a full cold moon. It should be full tomorrow night as well, although we're expecting a lot of clouds again. Right now, we've got varying winds coming from the south and the east, fairly calm, and we'll see those pick up a little later on. I'll show you exactly what I mean. Dense fog advisory. This has been updated. Basically, the central counties have kind of been lifted out of there. But we've got North Houghton and Keweenaw counties that continues until 10 a.m. tomorrow. Yes, we're all going to see a little bit of fog here and there, but that is where the densest fog is expected. You can expect some, of course, down here on the northern portion of the mitten as well. And then the eastern side of the UP could see that fog continuing into the early evening hours. And again, up there in the Keweenaw, that visibility reduced this evening to less than a mile. Make sure to have those low beams on. Today we saw a high of 43 out at the National Weather Service. Friends, we're going to see these temperatures crashing down a little bit, especially later on this weekend. But tomorrow we'll be in that 35 to 40 degree range. Some fog possibly in the morning and maybe even a wintry mix. I'll show you exactly where we could see that. And then we could have some rain showers tomorrow evening. So a lot of precipitation all over the country here. Mostly snow to the west of us, rain to the east of us, as well as south and north of us, just kind of giving us a hug along with that fog. But we will see some precipitation starting to move in. We could even have some this evening. Most of that is going to be over, though, tomorrow in the eastern half. Could see a wintry mix over here in Munising in the morning, and then heavier showers expected around 5 p.m. moving south and then heading towards the north here. Again, that wintry mix possible on M28 tomorrow evening, and then as you head on down south of Republic, maybe to Sagola and even over into Iron County. Then Thursday, we could see that sun returning, maybe a flurry or two in Marquette and Elgin counties, but we're not expecting accumulations as of right now. Okay, I mentioned we've got varying winds at the moment. We'll see everybody joining up on Team North starting Wednesday here, and those winds kind of picking up around 7 p.m. We could see gusts up to about 25 miles an hour. Not really seeing 30 quite yet, although as you can see, Escanaba and Menominee could have speeds up to 29 miles an hour there on Thursday, and then winds continuing to come out of the north on our Thursday. And we've got cold temperatures. Yes, we've got a little bit of snowfall that we haven't seen. But as the National Weather Service has stated that the last 3 out of 4 top slowest starts have actually made up for it in the end of the season, seeing about 150 plus inches of snow. So it could still happen, friends. 7-day outlook for Marquette. We're dropping down into about 38 there on Friday with mostly sunny skies.
Thank you very much, Air. Santa Claus made a pit stop over the weekend in Dickinson County. WZMQ's Iron Mountain Bureau reporter Amy Doyle shares what some residents were hoping for Christmas.
Children of all ages and animals gathered at Pine Mountain Ski Resort to take selfies with Santa.
Merry Christmas!
Some of the youngest snow riders were just a touch bashful, but the 9 and 10-year-olds are quick with their wish lists.
Lincoln's our only kid, and he's a good boy. And
mostly clothes and shoes and and a bunch of stuff, like a one wheel.
It's all about like Nike and the trendy clothes, shoes, slippers.
One 4th grader made a request on behalf of his new puppy.
Maybe a bone.
And for many of the downhill daredevils, a turbo boost was at the top of their wish list.
I ski. I've been skiing since I was 1.5. I'm gonna start doing jumps, and I just like going fast.
Going fast.
Yeah.
Or doing the jumps.
I like going on jumps.
One thing is clear: no dream is too big for these winter thrill seekers.
A Cadillac, okay.
I
better get a Lincoln instead of a Cadillac, or my dad will come out of his grave. He worked for Ford all his life.
What do you want for Christmas, Santa?
I would just like to have a healthy family.
You heard it here first. Amy Doyle, WZMQ 19 News, Iron Mountain.
Some rainy conditions have caused the main hill at Pine Mountain to close temporarily, though the Bunny Hill is still open for lessons. There are more than 330,000 men and women who serve in the United States Navy, and they're opening their doors to us in a special program with the United States Fleet Forces Command. Called Sailor for a Day, Renata Steele with our sister station, WENY News, talked with sailors from all parts of the country who all have their own reasons to serve. In this multi-day special report, our first story comes from sailors serving on board a missile cruiser.
Right now, we're on board USS Gettysburg. She is a Ticonderoga-class guided missile cruiser. We'll talk with 3 sailors whose job keeps them on board this ship and how there is work underway for an upcoming deployment. Commissioned in 1991, the USS Gettysburg pays tribute to the famous 1863 battle in Pennsylvania that helped turn the tides of the Civil War. Currently stationed at Naval Station Norfolk, the ship's crew is working day in and day out, completing a multi-year overhaul of the ship and getting ready for their next mission.
It's a little bit older when you look at our newer destroyers. We've got a lot of work going on, a lot of improvements. It's the first ship to complete SLEP, Ship's Life Extension Program. So she was in an 8-year overhaul pretty much of improvements, system upgrades, and it's pretty much the most advanced cruiser in the fleet nowadays. As a cruiser, we're the whiskey ship, so we do mostly air defense. That's our job when we go out on deployment with the carrier is we play whiskey and manage the air battle space.
Ensign Potesta has been in the Navy a little over a year. She's one of 330 sailors on the ship, each with a critical job.
I'm the strike officer on board, so I do all things missiles. Mostly Tomahawk. I own the launchers they go in, so that's these right here. Each square is a cell that a missile would go into. I say specifically Tomahawk because those are the ones that my guys will launch.
While some sailors are new to the service, others have made it a career, each with their own reasons for joining, like Gunner's Mate Chief Christopher Rummel.
I had graduated college in Mansfield, Pennsylvania, and tried for 2 years to get a job into law enforcement, which didn't work out. So I ended up looking at the service. It had been something that I thought about since high school. And then during college, when 9/11 happened, that was also another inspiring moment. So it just seemed like the right time after that.
The crew on board the Gettysburg are hard at work, getting the ship sea ready and training for the necessary certifications before an upcoming deployment, preparing for months out to sea, away from family and the comforts of home. For some sailors, it will be their first time, but they have experienced leadership who've been through it before to help guide them.
When we go away for longer periods of time, you're able to settle into a routine and just find the joy in the little things in the day-to-day. Whether it's a meal or a quick laugh or a game or whatever you can get in. They're long days. They stack up pretty quick, but it's what we signed up to do at the end of the day. And so the days go slow, but the months go quick when you're out there.
In Norfolk, Renata Steele, WZMQ 19 News.
The USS Gettysburg is one of 13 active cruisers of its kind in the U.S. Navy. Stick with WZMQ 19 News for more on this special look inside the Navy, including training to serve on naval submarines and even a trip out to sea on an aircraft carrier. Still ahead tonight, 2023 in review, recapping the year's top.
It's the picture-perfect season.
Gingerbread house.
I mean, this is Pictionary.
Yeah.
Are you not entertained?
For festive family fun.
Oh, eggnog. We ran out of time. Ooh, Orlando looks confident. Hot chocolate? Hot chocolate. Gabrielle even gave us the season.
Watch all new episodes.
Ski
Lodge.
Ski Lodge.
Ski Lodge is correct.
Pictionary every weekday. Pictionary, weekdays at 9 on WZMQ CBS.
Need to get from point A to point B quickly, efficiently, safely? The Marquette County Transit Authority is your ticket to ride. Friendly drivers operate clean, blue and white buses throughout Marquette County 365 days a year. Seniors 60 plus ride free every Wednesday. For information about routes and tickets, click on marktran.com. We keep you moving. Marquette Transit.
Make organizing your home your first New Year's resolution with help from Menards. We carry decorative shelving, storage totes, closet kits, and more to keep everything in its place. Keep your home organized with Designer's Image Closet Solutions. Perfect for storing clothes and hanging accessories. Right now, this white wooden closet system is $399.94. Closet Culture closet systems are easy to adapt and are made with steel, wire mesh, and wood, creating a sturdy storage solution. Get this closet kit for $499.98.
Save big money at Menards.
John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to get their car fixed. John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to fix their car. Was that right? For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Market. Why do I keep forgetting that word? Experience. Okay, go.
3, 2.
For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Market.
And don't forget, we're
You're watching the award-winning WZMQ 19 News, live and local with Sarah Blakely.
Stretch studios have been popping up across the country over the last several years. It's a boutique health trend people of all ages and flexibility are taking part in. Jared Hill shows us how it works.
The staff here at Stretch Zone in Manhasset, New York, help people get a leg up.
So we're going to open up the hips first, relax.
This practitioner-assisted stretch therapy studio loosens up clients from head to toe, regardless of age or flexibility.
You lay down on a comfortable table, we do all the work, you get all the benefits.
General Manager Christine Petronella says those benefits are both physical and mental.
More mobility, more flexibility, balance, reduces depression, also reduces blood pressure.
Yeah, I know you love this one, yeah.
I do like that one. 39-year-old Stephen Scharf knew his body was trying to tell him something.
I would wake up with a stiff lower back, and I found myself just uncomfortable, and I knew my body was tight.
Months of regular sessions have him feeling like a new man.
For me, I wake up and just mentally I'm happier and I just feel much better.
Now, outside of the studio, there are some things to keep in mind for limbering up on your own.
Don't bounce. Stretch in a smooth movement. Breathe and hold your stretch for 30 seconds. Strive for symmetry, equal flexibility on both sides, and warm up a little bit before you stretch. You risk injury if you stretch cold.
Feel good. Oh, yeah.
Experts say you'll make the best gains if you keep at it.
If you have a chronic condition or injury, talk to your doctor or physical therapist about the most appropriate way to stretch. Keep in mind, just like gyms, stretching studio prices can vary. A tool to fight the opioid epidemic became more widely available, and new screening guidelines hope to prevent lung and breast cancers. Michael George looks back at the year's top health stories.
Drugs used for weight loss like Ozempic and Wegovy soared in popularity in 2023.
They stimulate the pancreas to make more insulin. They make you feel fuller faster. They reduce your appetite.
A study from Novo Nordisk, the drug maker behind Wegovy, found it can also reduce the risk of heart attack, stroke, or heart-related death by 20%. 2 new therapies to treat patients with sickle cell disease are now available. One uses a gene editing therapy known as CRISPR.
You're changing somebody's DNA, so obviously you want to make sure that the corrections you're making are the ones you want.
In July, the FDA approved the first over-the-counter birth control pill, called Opill. 2 months later, the agency approved Narcan as the first over-the-counter medicine that can reverse opioid overdoses.
If it's in the store, in the aisle, right next to ibuprofen, it really also helps to reduce stigma.
CVS pulled phenylephrine from shelves after an FDA advisory panel decided the popular decongestant likely provides no more relief than a placebo.
Talk to your local pharmacist, local provider, about what the alternatives are.
The fight against Alzheimer's disease received a boost when the drug Leqembi received regulatory approval. Trials show it slows early progression by about 27%. Updated COVID-19 vaccines that target recent variants became available in September, though just a small fraction of Americans have gotten the shot.
I know folks want to leave COVID in the rearview mirror, but unfortunately it is still here.
Protection became available against RSV for the first time. Pregnant women and older adults can receive a vaccine, while the antibody shot Beyfortus helps prevent the virus in babies.
As you know,
the near death of Buffalo Bills player Damar Hamlin during a football game in January spurred a national movement to teach more people CPR. Screening guidelines for breast and lung cancer were updated in hopes of saving more lives. The American Cancer Society lowered the age for a yearly low-dose CT scan to 50 for people who smoke or formerly smoked a pack a day for 20 years, or 2 packs a day for 10 years. And the U.S. Preventive Services Task Force now says women should begin regular mammograms at the age of 40 rather than 50.
Good grief. And those were the top health headlines of 2023. Our mild weather stretch continues, as does this fog and drizzle. Ariane has the outlook on the way. And preparations for an annual event kicking off the new year. The volunteers getting ready for the Rose Parade in California. In our final story after this break.
I've never really been offered a beauty campaign when I was in my 20s or my 30s or my 40s. It wasn't until I was 48 years old when I thought that was way behind me. Here you come along and ask me to join you on this journey with Meaningful Beauty.
No matter what your age, now is the perfect time for beautiful, younger-looking skin with Meaningful Beauty. Join Ellen Pompeo and millions of women who use the age-defying super treatments that have kept supermodel Cindy Crawford looking so youthful for over 20 years. Look at Cindy's skin at age 31 and at age 52. There's hardly any difference, and it's doing the same for Ellen.
My skin looks better today than it did 5 years ago. That's a great feeling. We can be such an inspiration to women to embrace aging and to celebrate it, to show other women this isn't necessarily a bad thing.
I am so passionate about Meaningful Beauty because I'm able to share with women everywhere.
So make the call or go online now and put yourself on the path to the most beautiful skin of your life. Trust me, it's worth it.
Meaningful Beauty is normally $139. You'll pay only $49.95 for all 5 concentrated super treatments. Plus, we'll include free shipping and a 60-day money-back guarantee.
And now for 2023 and beyond. Be among the first 500 orders now, and we'll add Cindy's new Radiance Recovery Duo, a $110 value, free.
You'll get 60 of Cindy's favorite Revive and Brighten eye masks, the celebrity secret that visibly smooths, awakens, and restores. And our legendary dark spot treatment. You'll be amazed as you watch the appearance of sunspots, brown spots, and dark patches diminish. This is a limited time only special offer. Only $49.95 for everything you see here. Call the number below or go to meaningfulbeauty.com right now.
Just a reminder, we've got fog this evening and tomorrow morning, but definitely a dense fog advisory for Houghton and Keweenaw County, specifically North Houghton County, as well as the Minton. You could see some fog there on the bridge if you're headed that way, and those temperatures in that 35 to 40 degree range. We'll expect them to be in the low 30s this evening. And then tomorrow, the average temperature about 38 degrees for that second day of Kwanzaa. We'll expect, again, that patchy fog and chances of drizzle. Most of that rain headed over or hanging out in the eastern portion till the early evening hours. Looking ahead to New Year's, we're expecting, maybe some snow showers for New Year's evening. Look at those lows, 15 to 20 degrees. Remember those? Yeah, it could be a little bit chilly there. So the rest of the week, though, in Escanaba will dry up a little bit. We could see some gusts on our Thursday, and then Friday, mostly sunny skies.
Finally tonight, around 10,000 volunteers are busy at work this week around Los Angeles preparing floats for the 2024 Rose Parade. These volunteers in Irwindale are working on just a few of the nearly 40 floats that will glide down Pasadena's Colorado Avenue on New Year's Day. Every inch of each float must be covered with flowers or other natural materials like leaves, seeds, fruits, vegetables, or bark. The floats are competing for awards in 23 categories, including Best Artistic Design, Most Whimsical, and Best Use of Animation.
Every inch?
Every inch.
Oh my goodness.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And also it's hard to believe that it's already almost New Year's.
Thanks for reminding me.
You're welcome. You just reminded us a couple seconds ago.
Go blue. I'm going to say it right now.
Okay, I don't know what that means.
University of Michigan is playing Bama.
That's beyond me. I don't care about that part. We'll see you tomorrow.
Sleep better with a new mattress from Kirkish Furniture. We proudly feature made in the Midwest Restonic mattresses. Try one out today and compare other major brands. Let our sleep specialists help you find the bed of your dreams at Kirkish Furniture.
My friend and swim instructor, Ryan Lochte, is here on the Jennifer Hudson Show.
Are you still swimming?
You know what? It's been on my spirit. And